just arrived.
Yes, man.
Good old pipe ball.
No way.
Jeez.
So these are the new islands that have just arrived for the R9T build. So what we've got to do now this is just the beginning. We're going to now design and manufacture our own triple clamps. At the moment now it's quite difficult to get Olin suspension, but we're super stoked to get our hands on these bad boys. So as you can see, the BMW project is well on its way. The first part on our schedule is to design and manufacture the triple clamps. So Dwayne's upstairs now, busy taking measurements of the old parts so we can design the new set of triple clamps for the Olin suspension.
Hey guys, what we've got here is the triple clamp for the BMW R9T. So what I've got here is the basic concept or the outline with which I'm going to work with, and we have started a new culture of putting the speedometers into the triple clamp. So over here you can see that I've basically created a solid model which I would be chopping and crafting to basically be sporty for the bike.
Alex,
How's it going?
welcome to Clara's barn.
Thank you for having us.
This is a beastie.
Yes, so this started life off as a R90. The client wanted an old school looking bike but with a modern day technology. So we actually stripped it down and we built this beast.
That's beautiful, huh?
The one thing we did keep just to give it that the R100 look was the tank.
Yeah.
So this is actually off a 1982 R100.
That's insane. Is she comfortable to ride?
She is a lot of fun to ride.
Yeah, she's very pretty, yeah.
This started life off as a solid block of aluminium, probably about 6.5 kilos, and then we machined it down, and then we did the spotlight to match it. Then we manufactured a set of crash bars, and we did a hugger front fender with the knobbly tires. And then in the back we redesigned the subframe to take a pillion as well, and then as well our foot pegs, the same as that you got on your Sporty.
Yeah. That's cool. And the leather work?
We actually got inspiration from the client's Gelandewagen. He'd sprayed in this color, so we did the color match, and then the interior we did the same brown, and then as well with the stitching on the seat.
Listen man, life goals is having a bike to match your car.
100%.
It's an incredible bike. Alex, well done.
Thank you. And your bad boy?
Yeah, this is a 2016 Street Glide. I use it as a daily rider.
Yeah.
And I go everywhere with it. And his name is Hell's Bells.
Hell's Bells.
Hell's Bells after the AC/DC tune. You know, Rolling Thunder, Pouring Rain.
Yes.
It's this guy.
Oh, awesome. And it's also practical that you can throw your knives in and whatever you need to do to go to the restaurant.
100%. When I bought it, I chucked my aprons on the one side, my computer on the other side, knives in there. I go to work on it, and if the sun shines, I'm on the bike.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Should we go check what's
Like,
happening
let me go
inside?
show it with you. Yeah. So Alex, welcome to Clara's barn. She's not open yet, she's opening tomorrow. This is our new restaurant.
She looks absolutely incredible. The architecture, it's very cool what you've done with the old barn.
Yeah, you know, I think it's like a marriage for us between a space that's historically very significant. It's the oldest barn in the area of, I suppose, in the Western Cape, they say, and something that sort of celebrates South African history, but also has a few modern touches to it.
Give us a bit of a background of where it all began. You've got quite a few restaurants under your belt now.
Sure, Alex. So, you know, I had a career before restaurants, which was, you know, very different. But I think let's take it from the restaurants.
Yeah.
So I opened up Overture, my first restaurant, 15 years ago this year. And then from there we grew. I married my wife 9 years ago, and we just sort of grew together. So she's a chartered accountant, and she left her full-time employment and joined the business. And the two of us have just grown. We call it the empire together.
Yeah.
But it's really for us is we build restaurants because we firstly like what we do, but we also like to make sure they're all different. We build all of our restaurants for South Africans first, and if tourists happen to come across us and enjoy their time with us, then that's cool.
And like the job opportunities that you're creating each time you open up a restaurant, and or inspiring other people to take the leap of faith to open up a restaurant or another business.
Sure. Look, I love it when young chefs open up restaurants. Like it's my favorite thing. So a young chef opens up a restaurant. It's even better if they're self-funded. So they don't have, they know they've got to work hard to make it work. The cooking in sort of chef-owned restaurants is always more inspired, more creative. The Ucks are really working to keep their heads above water, and it's really encouraging for our area. The fact that there's new life constantly flowing in our industry.
Obviously, you've got a passion for food, but is it the entrepreneurship what you're creating the driving force, or is food the byproduct?
Yeah, it's a difficult question.
You know what I mean? You've got 7 restaurants, and now, like you're saying, is what drives you is seeing other chefs making something of themselves.
Business and entrepreneurship is one thing, but we understand that food for us is sort of everything. And when you're a young chef, you think to yourself, sure, I must be like a European chef, and I cook like this or cook like that. And then one day, I just realized that I'm not European. Yeah. I'm South African. This is who I am, and this is where I'm from. There's no other way but to celebrate who you are through food. And it was probably the biggest revelation of my career, was just being South African. If you apply yourself and you become good at your craft, then you become valuable. Yeah. And when you become valuable, you become worth more. And if you work with the right people, they see the value in you.
And that's why when you do run a business, you need to know everything, from how to serve, how to cook, to bake, everything. Because when it comes to a dish that's served, you need to know how to do it. If a staff member leaves you behind, you must jump in their space.
Look, the one thing I can't work is the point of sale systems. So you're right. And for us, for someone to be a good cook, they have to be balanced. Yeah. They've got to be able to work with meat, fish, vegetables. Yeah. For a very long time, people thought, I suppose the same as with mechanics. Oh, that guy's not so clever. Let's dump him in the mechanic shop, or let's dump him in the kitchen, and he'll be okay. So over time, it's become a specialized job, and we require, there's a lot more facets to it than people think there is. But it takes time for people to learn those skills of it.
Yeah, 100%. Well, talking about all this food, I've built up quite an appetite.
Yeah, man, today's cool. I've got a pistola, which is the back of beef, sirloin and rump together. We've dry aged for about 5 weeks. Sure. Take a bit off the bone, and we're going to cook it with a very simple, like, root vegetable and tongue sauce. So nothing too serious, but a good lunch nonetheless.
Sounds good to me.
Let's go take a look in the kitchen then.
So today we've got a real special bike in the shop. This is the Kawasaki H2R. This one is not deemed legal for the streets, so it's in here for us to design and manufacture a full custom wire loom. This involves the turn signal module. We're going to design and manufacture a tail tidy that will house the turn signals, the brake lights and running lights. Also, the biggest challenge is to design and manufacture headlights. Because of all the tight tolerances on this bike, it's quite a challenge. So that's what it's here for us to do. And we're going to get on now designing and manufacturing all these parts. So we have just finished doing the street legal conversion to the H2R, and it looks really awesome. So I'll start off with the turn signals. We're running full Motor Gadget turn signals, which are super bright, and they give a full 360 view. In the front, the biggest challenge was the headlights, but I think we did a good job on machining and incorporating the LED headlights with full high and low dim. We manufactured the number plate bracket that is easy detachable. This whole plate comes out with a Deutsch connector waterproof plug, so you can remove it. And it's got an auto cancelling, so after 10 seconds, the turn signals turn off by itself. It's been an awesome project for Stoos Customs. Here at Stoos Customs, we're all about the craft. In future episodes, we would like to feature other craftsmen in their trade. If this is something that interests you, drop us a mail at info@stooscustoms.com.